welcome to New Zealand.
Hello.
Sit back and relax, we'll be with you in a minute.
I want to sing Rebel Yell, and that guy who jumped up and shouted, Rebel Yell, right? I know, but this guy just jumped up and grabbed the microphone, man. It never had that happen there. It's great watching young kids excited about rock and roll again. That's why I think that album's worth paying the money for, because I think, it's got the spirit of rock and roll.
Both your image and lyrical content would appear rather subversive for the top 20. Why do you think it appeals to the pop audience?
Well, because I think I'm appealing to their intelligence.
A subversive intelligence?
Well, I think the trouble is most people tend to appeal to younger people's... they try to treat them like idiots, but I mean, if you just talk to them like they're adults, like anybody else, which they are, the people, they've got every right to have the same sort of respect that anybody else gets. You find same sort of I think intelligent people around, you have to talk to them intelligently. And so I don't make pop music, I make rock and roll. I like Boy George and people like that.
You've come a long way since the days of Generation X, and the only hangover from those days would appear to be your tough image. Is that really you?
Yeah, I'm not really a tough person in the sense of being violent or aggressive physically. But I'm kind of tough about my attitude, because that's the only thing that kind of keeps you going in society, is if you have your attitude together and you know what you think and you're confident about what you think and you can make it work. Because otherwise people just walk all over you, especially in an industry that cares the least about music. They care about money making, about music. Well, I care about music. Keep that together, right? You have to have a pretty heavy attitude, and people wonder why I stand there shaking my fist. It's because, the only way to get through, to make ourselves worth it, is if we state an opinion. And the opinion is what young people want and should and deserve. I bet they agree.
Why did you choose the name Billy Idol, especially in a time when there were Johnny Rotten, Rat Scabies,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the point. That's exactly the point. It's like be easy to, I thought, first of all, of course, of I-D-L-E, idol, because this chemistry teacher, and I was at school, I got 8 out of 100 for chemistry. I hated chemistry, so he wrote William is idle, right? But I thought that was great to 10 for chemistry, because I hated the hell out of it. So I thought it was worthwhile of being called I-D-O-L, idol. Also, it's good fun making fun of show business. I'm not into show business. I'm into rock and roll. Okay,
Billy, well, White Wedding portrays a pretty horrible view of marriage. Is that based on personal experience?
No, I was never married, but no, the song's about my sister.
Yeah.
And, well, really, it's nothing to do with marriage, really. Let's face it. It's about kind of conventions in society that people kind of use hypocritically just to, for their own ends, really. Basically, it's not really horrible at all. In fact, everyone always talks about how the satanic side of it and all that stuff with all those crosses, but they don't realise the cross is a symbol of life. And young people these days have got more life than ever, and I think that's what this music's all about. And they don't see the horror visions in that, they see the truth. To them, that's not horrible at all, it's real. To me, it's not horrible, it's nice. I think that's the truth. All I ever see is men beating women up.
Well, things like Rebel Yell...
says, I love women, she don't want slavery, she wants to sit in bed. In fact, really, it's about me coming to the new world, and a time when I was real down and out, and the new world took me in. She don't like slavery, she wants to sit and beg, but when I was tired and lonely, she gave me a bed. That's the United States of America. And people find it very easy in some places to put the United States down, but they forget there's a lot of working class people, ordinary people who struggle every day and have nothing to do with the ruling class, and who die for the same things Australians and everybody else and New Zealanders do. And I find there's a lot of prejudice against those people, and people should cut it out and get into it. Just hate Reagan, but don't hate the other people, or hate politics, but don't hate ordinary people just because of their nationality, their colour, their race, or their creed. I mean, it's a waste of time. Punk rock was about getting rid of all that. I wanted to stop all that silly rock star nonsense which our world don't need anymore. I come here because I make music for the sheer hell of it. I like music. I think it's fun. I want records to be a little bit more than just a little piece of epoxy bit of cardboard, I want it to mean bit of plastic. When you put it on your turntable, man, it gets to your soul. It gets to mine. Creedence did. And Mark Bolan.
You like Mark Bolan?
Yeah, and the Sex Pistols, and the New York Dolls, and Jim Morrison, and Elvis Presley, and everything that ever meant anything.
Talking about Elvis Presley, have you?
November, we're going to play here, definitely.
Great.
Rock on, New Zealand.
Excellent. You want to give us a rebel yell?
You've got one already, haven't you?
I'll go on.
All right. Wow! Rock on, I tell you, if you don't do it for me, then you're wasting my time.
Thank you. Good night.